First time messing up. Holy shit. Good evening, gentlemen. It is your boy Sirius. Welcome to this evening's stream. This topic has to come up because I have a friend of mine that is fairly successful. He is an investment banker and he's making all the dough. I will give you a rough estimate. He's making around 500K a year, which is very good for somebody his age. He's doing fairly well up there in New York. And he called me. He was very annoyed. I'm like, bro, what's going on, man? Why are you annoyed? Why are you so upset? What's going on, bro? And he says that literally even the uh the women that doesn't come from a high income home, he realized that what he's doing is only a foot in the door to talk to these women. Got so bad, even the average women literally has that type of mentality of wanting more and more and more, and it never ends. Once again, there's not too many people on my friend's caliber at his age making that much type of money. But he was still agitated. He's like, bro, I'm tall, I'm good looking, I'm making this dough. Look at my suits, look at my penthouse. I'm doing great for myself. But then she wants more and more and more and more and more. And he's been on multiple dates, right? And don't get me wrong, he had a shit ton of casual puniti time. Okay, it's not hard for him to get casual puniti, but he's the type of guy. He's like, you know what? Let me see if there's some good girls out there. So when he actually tries to do the dating thing, he realized that damn, even somebody of his caliber, it seems that these modern women are very ungrateful these days. The only reason that they talk to him because he makes a certain lot of money. And on top of that, during these so-called dates, they expect this, they expect that. They want him to do this, they want him to do that. So the title of this stream is called, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna conclude that modern women, they don't be wanting Prince Charming anymore. They don't want a Prince Charming anymore. They want a Superman. Prince Charming is so outdated at this point. They want a guy that can do it all. But before I get into details, and I do got some references for you guys to look at, because I'm not just talking on my ass here. There's obvious proof. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Let me see who's in the chat. Super Turbo Death Shark. He says, you will get cheese on that burger and you will like so you remember that video, huh? What's going on, man? ZK Studios was good. What's going on? IY fan says you can give a woman the moon and instead of being grateful, she asks for the sun. Yep. I agree with that 1,000%. Who else is here? Greenskin, they want 88 figures. At this point, yeah. They want you to have the entire wealth of the world combined and more, and it still won't be enough. Prime, what's going on, man? He says it's gotta be tough being red pill this late in the game. Yeah. Even though I didn't really outright, just blurt out the red pill into his face, I did put in, something a little bit here and there of my point of view, just to make him understand why he's going through that situation. So hopefully he will learn from this situation and he will choose what he's going to do, right? Because you can't tell another man what to do. He's going to do whatever. But with the knowledge that I gave him, that little knowledge I gave him, hopefully he'll be more aware of what's going on. August Lion, what's good? What's going on? Yeah, more women want at least 7 figures now. There was a few interviews that I've seen the shorts on YouTube, they literally have college girls saying that he has to make at least $1 million a year. No joke. If I can find the video, I will make a short out of it, chat. There's these 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds that expects her future man to make at least $1 million. Crazy, right? All right, who else is here? Revin, he says he needs to make at least 10 million a year. Yeah, he needs to make at least 10 million a year to be even looked at in 2023. Sai, what's going on, man? Puniti, love thy Lord 98. What is good? Women now want 8 foot, 8 inches, and 8-figure chats now. Yeah, it's 888 now. 888. We're entering the Babylon stage. Screw the satanic stage. Now we just straight up in this Babylon era in the West. All right, who else is here? Who I didn't shout out? Monkey King was good. Hopefully you are destroying your legs. If you're not walking out the gym like a baby deer, you didn't hit legs hard enough. Enjoy that workout, bro. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. 4 No Raisin says, good, just enough time for me to cook some buffalo wings. Oh, hell yeah. That actually sounds pretty good right now. But unfortunately, I cooked myself some good ass chicken breast. Don't worry, I seasoned it pretty good. And I did marinate in some good spices and shit too. So it's not too bad. But buffalo wings are king. D-Man, of course, one of the first people here. Thank you very much. All you guys are here, already active in the chat. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a great one. And of course, you got your boy, the Gray Ghost in the background, ready to drop some knowledge on you today. Okay, I see. Cesspool, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, as always. Jiraiya, hey, what's going on, man? Hopefully you're having a great Monday, even though Mondays kind of suck. David says, Yeetus lives matter. Yes, Yeetus lives matter. Skeleton lives matter. Necromancer's lives matter. All of us matter, okay? Please don't forget us. I think I pretty much called out everybody. ZK Studio says Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. Yeah, pretty much. Sodom and Gomorrah, and on top of that, Babylon. It's pretty similar, right? So, yeah, just oversimplified. The West is fucked. All right, one more. Then I'm gonna bring in the Grey Ghost. Yeetus, we need to talk about the Manosphere being infiltrated by conservatives and how the protect and provide shit became mainstream just in time. The thoughts are reaching third. Yeah. I kind of explained that yesterday on my stream and on Hammerhand stream, but we'll see if I'm able to get into the details for sure. All right, let's bring in the one, the only Grey Ghost. What is going on, Grey Ghost?
Hey, good evening. Sorry if I sniff a bit. I got a little bit of a cold, but we're already up to 888 Chad. Like I was going to think, hey, we could invent jackpot Chad now, 777. But no, we're up to 888 already.
Oh man, it's getting bad. Like I'm telling you right now, that friend of mine that I'm talking about, that's an investment banker. This is the person that all these women that were trying to look for, right? But like we always say, like they just can't be happy with anything. They want more. He just was so confused that he thought that when he's successful, he got a job, he got a place, you know, his money is good, that his future potential wife will be, oh yeah, he's good, he's great, oh my god. No, in 2023, that only puts the foot in the door.
I mean, this is like a dude, like sitting on his couch, collecting welfare, like, and drinking it all in liquor, going, I won't accept any pay under $1 million a year. And then every time a job offer comes up, he goes like, "Oh, well, how much are you offering? Oh, we're offering you 500K. No, no, I don't get out of bed for less than $1 million.
Like,
Motherfucker, you are
what?
broke."
Like beyond, bro. And I do have proof of that too with the videos I'm gonna bring up. Um, what were Cesspool? Cesspool says Checkons has been around since the MRAs lost focus on the issues. Yeah, the MRAs kind of gave up or went into hiding. I'm pretty sure they just went into hiding. And
I think they became like egalitarians, basically.
yeah, yeah. Where's the because in my opinion, I think the MRA just didn't have enough equipment to get far enough reach speaking on men's rights. Because I think they kind of broke up in the early, no, not the early, the late 2000s. Yeah, I think.
Part of what happened
Well,
too, I think, is that the MRAs kind of went the same way as the libertarians. Like they got a bit of a wider group, and it was like, okay, hey, yeah, now they've actually got some momentum. And then it was like, okay, well, now you actually have to do some of the tough stuff. And they were like, oh no, we're not going to go that far. Like repeal the 19th. Oh no, like we can't go that far with this. Like, all right, well, then you suck and you're going to lose.
it's just that I'm like, damn, it's really getting that crazy out there. Because once again, he has uh multiple houses as well, not just in New York. And he has a house that's not that expensive. Like the area is not that expensive to live. And he goes over there, and the women still believes that he's not enough. Like he has his favorite watch on. He has a couple of rings. He has his little earring in. You know, his car's bling blinging. It's a luxury car, but they still feel that they deserve like a Jay-Z or a I wouldn't say like a Jay-Z, like a P Diddy, like a Tony Starks, pretty much.
That's the thing. Like they want fictional at this point.
Yeah,
Like it's not even within the realm of possibility. They straight up want the main characters from a Marvel movie.
like literally. Like I no, I'm just like I couldn't believe it either. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, bro, I know you be smashing chicks left and right. So I know it's not hard for you to get some puniti, but when it comes to getting a long-term relationship with fairly young women, 22 to 25, that's around his age range right now, 22 to 25. They
Like
literally, oh, what's up?
yeah, no, at this point, it should just be like, dude, just get some property in Southeast Asia and start your family there.
I kind of threw that in there. I didn't really like put in detail. I'm like, hey, bro, you thought about overseas, man? You thought about, going over there, you know? And he's like, no, I haven't thought about that. I honestly haven't. He was trying to find a future wife to be here. I'm like, oh my god, he's so blue pilled. Oh, this is
Yeah,
not
no,
good.
that's the thing. Like they're all insane over here.
Yeah,
They're not sane, and if there is a sane one that's actually good, she's married. Like if you're looking for him at 22, not. She was married at 18, if not betrothed earlier.
honestly, I I really want him because he can, in my opinion, based on his job, he can work remote. He
Plus,
can work. Oh, what's up?
well, you said he's got multiple properties, multiple houses. Like, dude, just buy a house overseas.
Yes.
Like,
Uh,
commute back and forth is needed, but just
yeah. If you want to keep the houses for passive income, go for it. If that's what you want to do. But if I were you, I'm not an investment banker, but if I were you, I would sell all my properties and just work from home overseas.
Well, it really depends on like what the tax issues would be owning properties across multiple borders. And
True.
honestly, these days, like property and land are probably some of the more stable investments. So I wouldn't say sell all the properties, but he'd probably know better than I would.
Oh, I did throw in like, hey man, I think when you reach a certain threshold, you should invest in an apartment or a couple apartments.
But yeah.
That's easy money right there.
Oh yeah, especially these days, if you can provide like good landlord, reasonable rent, you got guaranteed income for years.
Yeah. I'm like I was like, bro, do you really think that people in 2023, the millennial slash Gen Z, has good enough credit to avoid not living in an apartment?
I mean, the
Just think on that.
alternative, I mean, the alternative, if you wanted to be maybe a little bit charitable, do some good, would be building smaller houses for first-time homeowners.
That is also a great idea. Yeah. Yeah, it depends if he wants to be a what's it called, a
Philanthropist, yeah. Like I'm not
yeah,
saying you
yeah.
have to turn a loss, but buying smaller homes, it's going to give you a lower profit margin, but it's healthier for like a long-term economy. So if you wanted to like revitalize a town with a younger population, like that might be an option too.
Yeah, that'd be a great option. If one day if I'm able to make his type of money or more, I'm definitely going to be investing in a dog shelter and low income homes for uh men trying to start their lives over, like to avoid homelessness and all that stuff. I'm like, hey, you got a job, you got work experience, you do you want to get a job? Do you want to learn trade? All right, you can chill in one of these properties until you get your life together. Then you can be on your way. That's one of my goals. But that's like probably when I'm like 60 or 70. It's going to take a minute, but since it's just going to be me, I might as well put the funds into good use. And if I have a family, it'll be dirt cheap, right? Because it won't be in the United States.
Yeah, no, like
Just saying, just saying. You know, I'm here for the betterment of men. Because for like I'm telling you right now, shit ain't gonna be looking good for a lot of us, right? And I've learned right away that nobody has men's backs except for the men.
yeah, that's the thing. Like personally, I would even have to see the too philanthropic a part of it. It's just, hey, if I want the economy of a town to improve, what do I want a population of? Working men or women?
You know what? When you put it that way, I working men all the way.
Like, if I want a town's economy to thrive, I want a bunch of men to be living there. And oh, so it's like, okay, build properties that men will want. What are men going to want? They're going to want a property they can actually own over apartments. That's why I think tiny houses, smaller houses, something that's not insane and that one man could reasonably afford to pay the mortgage on whatever the local wage is.
I agree. Hey, like you saw my meme a few days ago about the Section 8 housing and these women only paying like what, $100 a month, $200 a month. I'm
Yeah, no,
like,
like
what's up?
nice thing. Like if you could get a house going that requires at most 1,500 a month in mortgage payments, I think that most men could afford that.
I believe so too. I
And
completely agree with that.
and the other advantage is that a big part of why like you need these dual income households is because well all the houses are that bloody expensive. You're more likely to be able to get that kind of stable family where just the man works and he brings home the bacon if one man alone can pay the mortgage.
That is true. And Roger says Roger Sage said no bro, we're fucked. Money will be worthless and both gold and silver will be confiscated. Well, still I can invest to a point where there will still be some type of community where we can rely on people's trades and skills to keep the community functioning. If it gets to that point.
And like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna come into my house and like actively seize my silver? Is that how they're gonna confiscate it? I mean, if you have silver that you can't physically hold, I think you're stupid personally. But like, what are they gonna do about taking away the resources that you physically possess?
Exactly. And let's keep it real, chat. Let's keep it real. Let's go down the history memory lane, okay? Out of all wars that the United States went through, which one was the bloodiest war
Civil
for the United States?
War?
The most American deaths.
Civil War?
You say Civil War?
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah, Civil War. So at this point, with the advancement of weapons and the fact that there's more weapons than people in the United States, it's going to be beyond fucking bloody before it ever gets to the point that the government is coming to confiscate guns and silver and gold. It will be a bloodbath. The rivers will be literally a river of blood. It won't end well. It will not end well. Oh man, like, but what I've read on the Civil War, that was bad. But it will be insignificant if we have a Civil War 2.0. Because now we got all these super crazy technologies and weaponry from the military. Which side are they going to choose? Because remember, even the military split apart. It's going to be bloody. I'm just being real. I'm just being real, chat. I'm just being real. But back to the friend situation. Hopefully he will wrap his head around the situation. Like, you know what? Damn. Maybe it's not me that's the problem here. Hopefully he'll get to that point. Maybe I'm doing it. Maybe I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. If they're the ones that are not doing what they're supposed to do in the sense of being appreciative, being grateful, being respectable, you know, being feminine. So if he decides to go overseas, mission successful. But I don't know, man. It's just like he reminded me when I first got blue pilled. I'm not blue pilled. My first got red pilled. Like he was just flabbergasted at what's going on. He's like, I've done everything right. I've done everything right. What's going on, man? Why can't I find a woman? And then Sandman came along. I'm like, oh, so I'm not crazy. Just saying.
Yeah, and that's really the turning point where the guy realizes, holy crap, they're actually nuts. They're actually just batshit insane.
Exactly. Brad says military is not the public sector, bro. You heard about the National Guard? That's going to be a problem, right? And what if state still decides once they want to secede again? That's going to be a problem. And what if there's going to be a military mutiny? That's also going to be a problem, whether it's a public sector or not.
What's the question of like public versus private sector is who writes their paychecks?
Exactly.
If it's the tax dollar that writes the paychecks of the military, any military, then what happens when those paychecks stop coming in?
Because I'm pretty sure the National Guard and Reserve gets paid by the state and not the U.S. government. Because the National Guard works for the state that they belong to. So, like I said before, the National Guard and Reserve thing is going to be a problem in itself. But if actual civil war came about, you really think that these laws and rules are going to still be effective? No, it's fucking war. That shit goes out the window. Remember, Geneva Conventions, or how you say Geneva Suggestions.
Yep.
Just saying, just putting it out there, chat. But we kind of veered off like horribly when it comes to the topic, but it was still a great conversation. I like your input, Gray. I definitely like what you said. I kind of changed my mind on a couple of things. I'm going to have to think on that. What? Hold up. Working for the military, working for the government are two different things. Well, active duty works for the actual United States government, or we work under the president of the United States. But when it comes to National Guard and Reserve, they answer to their governor.
What's the thing? Is like, who said, like, if your paycheck is paid in taxpayer dollars, you work for the government.
And regardless, it doesn't matter, man. If Civil War 2.0 pops off, it's a free for all. Who gives a fuck? You're going to choose sides, and whichever side they choose, that's the side they're going to fight.
But like at the end of the day, you're beholden to the person who writes your paycheck.
Like I'm sure you heard of a military coup before, right? Just putting it out there. Okay.
Maybe that's why they're making the military so pathetic.
Well, I can't disagree with you, but I believe that this is just overall, in general, Western.
I mean, like it could be a side effect, but would that be interesting if the U.S. powers are actually so scared of a military coup that they are purposely disempowering the U.S. military?
Okay, you're not wrong. Okay, I completely agree with that.
Like just random idea, but
but let's go back on topic because we will definitely be here all night. Before I begin, if you want to support your boy Sirius, there's a link on top of the chat. Cash App /Sirius. Any donations appreciated. If you feel I am worthy of your investment, thank you very much. And I already have a donation, a completely gigantic fucking donation from Billy Uppercut. Billy Uppercut, holy fuck. Thank you very much for your donation. Jesus. You did not have to send me that much. But goddamn, man. I greatly appreciate that one. Because as you can see on my StreamYard, I'm not using StreamYard per se anymore. So you see, I have no logo, I have no background. I do plan on transitioning to OBS. And I'm going to be asking multiple people for help to set that shit up, including Gray. So that's definitely going to help Billy Uppercut. Thank you very much. So when it comes to women not wanting Prince Charming anymore, they want Superman. We already kind of touched on it, but what's your overall view before we start reacting to a couple of videos?
Well, I'm wondering if this delusion is kind of because like they're realizing that they're never going to get what they want. So as we've discussed before, they're just trying to save face by raising their standards impossibly high so that they can never be disappointed. I don't know how many of them actually believe that they are going to be getting what they claim to want. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them just hold these impossible standards because they know that they're never going to get anything remotely decent. Like, here's the thing: like these girls that your friend's having issues with. Also, I can't hear you if you're talking, but like these girls that your friend's having issues with.
I can hear you.
But like, I wonder if he was to actually spend time with them, trying to evaluate whether or not they're suitable for a long-term relationship. Let's be honest. I'm willing to bet that basically none of them would pass even the most rudimentary of tests. If I'm assuming your friend has some standards.
Oh yeah, he has standards. Yes.
Well, that's the thing. He has standards in New York. Do you really think that a man with New York can find a long-term relationship, even if the women will say yes?
Let's keep it real. Fuck no.
So that's the thing. These women know that they're not long-term relationship material. So rather than spend the time, investing and pretending to be loyal, pretending to be good women for a while, there's like, nah, you're not good enough to be steady with me. I'm just going to keep getting pumped and dumped by Chad.
And it's the fact that he doesn't even have, once again, men in general don't have high standards compared to women's standards. He didn't even say that he wanted a virgin. He just said low body count.
Yeah, like the thing is, unless he is starting at 18, I mean, it's New York.
Yeah, it's New York.
It's New York. Like, most 18-year-old women probably have a double-digit body count in New York.
Yeah, I'm how you say, I'm not going to be too hard on him because he's still definitely on his blue pill phase, and I'm going to sneak some things here and there so he doesn't get completely duped by a straight up chameleon and gets dragged through divorce and family courts.
Oh, like
I'm not going to be too hard on him, not yet.
Okay, just watch out because for all you know, he might get to the point where some 30-year-old cougar starts looking at it being like, oh, he just needs a woman that isn't a stuck-up bitch. And then he's going to get love bombed by this cougar and fall for him thinking, oh, yeah, it's because these other women were immature. I needed a mature woman in order to actually have a relationship. I've seen it happen, man. I've seen it happen, and it's fucking scary.
Yeah, me plenty of times in the military. Yeah, especially my bunkmate from basic training got with a woman that was 9 years older than him that already had a kid. I'm like, bro, you can't be that dumb. I didn't say anything because the deed was already done. But I'm like, oh my god, bro, are you serious? She looks like a what do you call those 304s that are at the truck stops?
Lot lizards.
Yeah, she literally looked like a lot lizard. Like tattooed up the craziness, ripped jeans or very tight denim shorts and wearing no bra half the time around his coworkers.
Yeah. Like I've heard that like you got to lock your truck up because they will go into your truck while you are in the stop if otherwise.
Yeah, they like you said, man, there's no honor among sisterhood. There's no honor whatsoever. But at this moment, when it comes to the insane standards that are happening, we're going to go through this video, and I'm sure you guys watched it like 300 times, but we got to go through it again because this video was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. That's a decent amount of time in the past, I would say. Let's go ahead and just check this one video. And then you guys get the gist of what's actually happening. Okay, boomer moment. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, I know you guys remember this chick. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and play this.
Heather bought me her list of requirements, so let's check them out. He must be between 30 and 45, financially stable, no kids, 5'10" or taller, no hookups or flings, ready to settle down, no roommates, no smoking, must love dessert, and can't be anti-sugar. What's the deal with the desserts?
Well, okay,
Desserts.
my own frosting company. And so it's an all-natural gourmet frosting. And so I make a lot of desserts.
Must be honest, reliable, sweet and kind, quick-witted, romantic, must love food, must pay on the first date, no flowers on the first date, must be a social drinker, and must never wear sweatpants.
Like, how the fuck is he supposed to know to not bring flowers on the first? How the fuck is he supposed to know? See, this is a very similar situation with the cheese, where that guy got rejected because of cheese. He didn't want to put on extra cheese for $3
It's like, okay, so must pay on the first date, no flowers on the first date.
So I don't know, man. It's crazy. And must never wear sweatpants. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, fuck all that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear
it. Must be adventurous, must be humble, must be spontaneous, must be a planner, can't be
What's up?
Sorry, just right there. Spontaneous.
Must be adventurous.
Humble, yeah, spontaneous and a planner right beside each other. That's the one that always gets me every time.
Yeah, like how does that make any fucking sense at all? At all. In chat, let me remind you. Would you as a man do all of that? And her list isn't done. Would you do all of that for that? This? Look at the wrinkle. Look at that. Look at the little thing going. Like she's starting to develop a little jowl right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a couple strains of gray hair. I guarantee you, she's in her late 30s.
Mid to late 30s at the earliest.
And her standards, like I said, chat, they don't want Prince Charming no more. They want Superman.
Well, that's
and
the thing. Like,
right here,
like the first half of her list was somewhat reasonable. Because like if we go back to the start of her list, like the first half, it's like 30s, financially stable, no kids. You know what? That's reasonable. Looking for a partner to start a family, you don't want another family to come with it. Like that would be like a man having the standards of 18 to 24, little to no body count, no kids. Like, okay, like those are just basic things. And then the must like dessert. It's like, okay, she does her own business thing, so it needs to be compatible with her business. Right. All right. So the first half of the list, that's okay. Like might be a little specific, but that's okay. Then the second half of her list pops up where you get actively contradictory elements. And it's like all these little things, like it's like freaking build a personality. It's like, what? Like, look, you were already running down the list of specifics with the first one, and you were getting like difficult for any woman, like difficult for even an attractive woman to nail down. And then the second half of the list, like no woman is going to find a man like this.
No, not at all. And the most fucked up part is she's not even close to being done.
Oh yeah.
Let's continue, chat. Because I know you guys seen this countless times, but we gotta see it again so we can push forward our point.
Must be spontaneous, must be a planner, can't be self-centered, can't be cocky, must love dogs, can't own a dog from a breeder, can't be jealous of her dog, and can't own a cat.
Okay. I don't want to hear
own
that
a
shit.
dog from a breeder.
I must love dogs, but you can't own a dog from real. All right, let's I don't know why they're clapping. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, he can't be jealous of your dog.
So the last guy I dated, he admitted after a few months that he was jealous of my dog, and he was kind of mean to my dog in the beginning.
I don't care.
You
Shut up.
ready? Must be in shape. Can't have six-pack abs.
How does that make any? How?
I mean, like, let's be honest. Six-pack abs, they're hard enough to maintain, like, for like guys that are in shape and on the juice. Like, it's like can't have six-pack abs. Like, that shouldn't be an issue. Must be in shape. What the heck is your definition of in shape? I mean, it would be more realistic for her to say must be able to bench 2 plates.
But this list right here, I don't even have to play the video for this one. Must be in shape, but can't have 6-pack abs. You can't be too skinny, but you can have a runner's physique, but you can't be stronger than her.
Any man who is in shape is going to be stronger than her. I'm pretty sure the out of shape men are stronger than her.
Like, chat. Like, see, this is one of many examples of why I'm pretty sure men in the West aren't the crazy ones. How does any of this make sense?
Can't be stronger than me. You apparently own a frosting company. You are nowhere near physically fit. You'd probably have to be in the top 20% of female strength-wise to even be equal to the average man.
You want him to like sweets, but he must be in shape, but he can't have abs and can't be too skinny, can't have a runner's physique, but at the same time, he cannot be stronger than
That's what gets right there. It's like he can't be stronger than her. Like, congratulations. Like, must be in shape, can't be stronger than you, and can't be skinny. So
it's insane. Let's continue.
like can't be stronger than me. Like I think it would be more realistic for her to say is always going to lose to me in arm wrestling. Not that he could beat her, but that he always loses on purpose.
I truly believe that she wants a man that she can completely dominate and control, like that dominatrix shit. Like, I think it's at that point, but let's see the rest of her ridiculous list.
Can't have 6-pack abs, can't be too skinny, can't have a runner's physique, can't be stronger than me, can't be obsessed with sports, can't be a hunter, can't own a boat, can't be a gamer, can't be materialistic.
Has no hobby. Let's just summarize that. Has no hobbies.
No hobbies whatsoever. None.
No hobbies, no male connections.
And let's look at the first one. Can't be obsessed with sports, but she wants you to be in shape. Unless she's talking about watching.
But not skinny.
Yeah, unless she's talking about watching football or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that should be like. That's the thing. Like, she's talking, like watching sports and probably talks about sports. But that probably just translates to can't have played sports when younger. So what? Like, just would she even accept a gym rat, or does she think that bodybuilding is a sport? Ella Webb's exactly right. She's not looking for a man.
Exactly. It's getting crazy out here, man. Let's continue this list because I know it's gonna get crazy.
I'm out.
Yep.
Must respect a gluten-free. Must respect a gluten-free diet.
Yep, She's looking for this. She's looking for a woman. She's looking for a woman. That's what she wants. She wants a woman.
But you run a cake okay, never mind. Let's continue.
Diet. Can't be too close to family and friends. Must open doors for me. Must be willing to move someplace warm. Must love traveling. Can't brag about traveling. Oh.
What? Okay, let's continue.
Oh, we can go there, but you can't tell nobody. You shut your mouth. Must maintain eye contact. Can't be a party boy. Can't be intimidated by me.
Okay, so you want a man in shape, but you don't want him to be stronger than you. But you okay.
we can hear chat can physically hear our brains frying, trying to square this circle.
Line of MGTOW's on point. Like it's literally that. Like she's crazy. Like it's either she's crazy or her delusional. Her standards are so freaking high that she can be mistaken as fucking nuts.
No, these aren't even high standards. Like this is like saying that you want to go left and right. It's like, oh, she's very precise with where she wants stuff. It's like, no, she wants shit completely opposite directions.
It is astronomical. And favorite season can't be fall. Why? Does she have beef with fall? Like I don't know. Let's keep going because I know it's gonna get more ridiculous. Let me see. I'm sure she has more, unless that's it.
Favorite season can't be fall.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But you guys got the gist.
Like what?
You guys completely got the gist of. This was 6 years ago, first off. But this is getting more and more common when it comes to women's standards getting completely ridiculous.
You know, I think we can probably summarize this. If we look at this list, I'm willing to bet that for every single item on that list, there is a Chad who left her.
I agree.
That's it. She wants a guy that does not remind her of any of her exes, and she's had so many exes that she's created this impossible standard.
Yeah, it has to get to that point. And this is becoming more and more common, chat. Once again, this was 6 years ago. Now it's 2023. Like, these women are bestowing all these unrealistic standards onto average men. And average men, unless they want to work to death or just have luck on their side, they're not going to do this.
Well, here's the thing. She would throw every single one of these standards out the window for a hot enough guy.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I think like these are not the standards for Chad. If there was freaking like Christian Grey with the body of Chris Hemsworth, like he could absolutely hate dogs, demand that she get rid of her dog, and have fall be his favorite season, brag about traveling but never take her traveling. Like that's the thing, all of that. And she would accept it. Like she would accept it, embrace it, and talk about how great it is.
But that's the thing. My friend, he can easily get puniti if he wanted, such as like a one-night stand or a fuck buddy. But when it comes to long-term relationships, even he himself, a Chad, a dude that has brown hair and hazel eyes, even he is being like fucking shat on with standards by women that doesn't really offer anything in return. I got other videos to show as well. So that's the big reason why I put up this title, chat. They want Superman, right? We talk about, oh, you're waiting for a Prince Charming that doesn't exist. Nope. Scratch out this Prince Charming shit now. Implement Superman. They're waiting for a Clark Kent / Superman that doesn't exist. She wants, how you say, a Superman that she can control. This woman's an outlier. She's just fucking batshit crazy. So, but you guys know what I'm talking about. She wants a successful Chad and Tyrone under her thumb that she can tame. And that's in 2023 is getting to the point where even below average women want Superman.
If I'm honest, Heat, I think that this is probably the biggest, again, not knowing the details, so I could be wrong, but the biggest flaw I think your friend is going with is that he's saying he's looking for a long-term committed relationship.
What? Yeah. Well, yeah. He's saying that that's what he's doing at the moment. That he's going out
that's the problem.
trying to have. Oh, what's up?
Like, as soon as you admit, hey, I'm looking for this with the woman's like, okay, well, he wants me for a committed relationship, so clearly I'm too good for it.
See, and that's the paradox, right? If he say, hey, I just want to bend you over and clap them cheeks, oh, she's all for it. No standards, no nothing. She's in position, ready to go. But when it comes to you, oh, what's up?
But that's exactly the issue, though. Women nowadays consider that if a guy wants a long-term relationship with her, she already sees the ring on her finger. It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he is the one that all these women are chasing and bitching and moaning and complaining about when it comes to finding a man that for a long-term relationship.
That's the thing.
Not only he's Chad, he's successful.
But as soon as he gives any sort of emotional vulnerability, like saying I want a long-term relationship, then he just becomes another simp to her. Doesn't matter how much money he's got.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't break it to him, but that pretty much proves our point that standards are literally almost impossible or straight up impossible to meet when it comes to the average man.
That's the thing. It's not even what I would call standards. It's a complete, like, the standards don't mean anything. They're artificial. They're just an excuse.
Let's just say delusions.
But that's the thing. I don't even think of them as delusions because she doesn't actually want them. They are excuses for her to hold emotional dominance over the man.
Okay, let's say Western women are batshit crazy. We'll put it at that. They're batshit fucking nuts.
I think I could put it even simpler. Western women don't want men who want them.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I gotta grab another tissue, man. My nose is running like a faucet right now.
It's all good, man. That's why I say, chat, the traditional dating, traditional relationships, traditional marriage is dead. It is dead and gone. All the marriages and shit that's happening these days, it's a dying breed. You can clearly tell according to the divorce stats. And don't get me wrong, I will definitely tell my friend eventually that, hey, unfortunately, you're being a hopeful man right now. Being hopeful does not get you far as a man in the West. Don't worry, I will talk to him when the time comes, very soon. But let me switch over to this video right quick. Where is it at? Bam. See, this is what I'm talking about, chat. When it comes to, they want all of these requirements, all of these crazy demands. You saw it in the Steve Harvey video. They want all these demands that pretty much only Superman can do. But they have nothing to offer in return. Let me show you this video right quick. Guys see it? Okay.
What could get me to a 10?
Being taller, probably, and like more muscular.
More muscular.
Bomba
I just mean like taller. You know what I mean? Like obviously.
You're wearing
taller.
high heels right now. How tall
Okay,
are you
maybe
usually?
5'6".
Okay, so right now you're like 5'10", right? So that makes me like 6'1" right now. Yeah, so what do you bring to my life? Like what value do you add to my life? For you to have standards that high?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
See? They have all of these demands and all these crazy things that they want in this non-existent man. But as soon as the man right here is right in front of them, they say, you know what? What do you offer me in return? I am the table. Like, bitch. What you got, I can get from that girl over there that is 50 pounds lighter than you and is younger than you, more attractive. Hourglass figure. See, that's where all these feminists and modern women, they're like, fuck these men. Men ain't shit. Men ain't that. Because they want to bring men of this caliber, whether they're Chad or Tyrone or they're successful Chad, Tyrone, or whatever it is. They know they can't meet their standards, right? And our standards as men are not high. So they try their best to bring men down to their level and lower. That's why there's so much shit talking when it comes to modern women towards men. When all men saying like, hey, just keep your legs closed. Be loyal to me. Are you feminine? Are you fit? Which all those things you can change. But when she's like, oh shit, I gotta work out. I gotta actually put effort into the relationship. I gotta be loyal. They start putting out all this shaming language to try their best to make men look bad and make themselves look good. What do you have to say about that, Gray?
Again, like I'm really thinking that, okay, if there's one thing that I've gotten from getting to know some women on a fairly personal level, they're deeply insecure. Like all this fucking flaunting shit, yes, queen slay, it's a front. They don't believe a word of it. They hate themselves. They hate themselves and they know that they're not deserving of love.
Yeah, beyond insecure.
They're barely even deserving of kindness. Therefore, any man who treats them as not even superior, as an equal, how shit must that man be to treat such a disgusting person as an equal or superior?
See, which is crazy because at the same time they demand that type of man that's so superior.
What I think, they demand it, but they don't believe their own shit. So any man who believes their bullshit is a sucker. It would be like if I went out and told someone, hey, if you give me $1,000 right now, I'll give you $2,000 tomorrow. If a man gave me $1,000 and I disappeared, would you have any sympathy for that man, Yeet?
Nope.
That's women. I'm going out and demanding that men jump through all these hoops and then men doing it is like, you're a sucker. They see that man as a sucker. They wouldn't believe them. They know they're all talking shit.
All right, I completely agree with that one. So based on that aspect, right, chat? We showed you the craziest things that modern women in 2023 are doing according to quote unquote standards, right? A million things that a man has to do, but they can't even fathom the one thing that she needs to bring to a man in return. You saw her freaking out. Her brain was like frying up. Her last two brain cells were trying to come up with a answer. You saw that. So here is one more example. It's a quick example. This is my video. It's only going to be a few seconds. All right. See, this is another example of completely unrealistic expectations. Let me check. Bam.
Don't get me wrong, I can cook, but I hate when guys ask you, can you cook? Because can you build a house?
How does she correlate making a simple meal that takes around 30 to 45 minutes to building an entire infrastructure from scratch? Just
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, is being held to what he said, because it's the shit test. It's like the correct response if she goes, well, can you build a house, is to go, fuck you, and walk away. That's the correct response.
or just a cop out, knowing that she can't cook for shit.
Or you even go like, damn, cooking's so hard for you, you'd compare it to building a house?
Pretty much. Line of MGTOW says you only need 5 people to build a house. Yeah, that's all you pretty much need, and you just got to get the certain equipment and you know, the wood and all the other crazy shit, so you can build the foundation, you know, and then we'll continue from there.
No, like honestly, you'd be to say it was like, damn. Well, I guess it's easier for me to learn how to build a house than it is for you to learn how to cook a meal.
Dr. Fourth Wall says women think their time is so much more important than ours, which is fucking insane.
Well, let's be honest. They don't have as much time as we do.
Well, that's their problem.
Well, no, exactly. But it's like, that's the thing. The problem is these women don't appreciate the value of their time until it's almost spent.
Right. It's like you had all this time. Let's say the latest 28 years old. Let's say that the latest. You had 10 years to find a potential husband.
Yeah. Like like one of my relatives turning 16 soon.
Right.
And she's asking for money to save for university. I'm thinking, she's fucked. She's fucked.
Yeah.
16 already wanting to go to post-secondary. She's doomed. 100% doomed.
Nah, she's strong and independent, remember? So if she spews that out within the next 2 years, if I was the parents, I wouldn't give her a single cent. Like me as a man, my parents definitely didn't give me a single cent. They're like, hey, if you want to go to college, good luck. Figure it out paying for it, because we definitely don't have the funds to pay fucking $60,000-$70,000.
The thing is, I'm in Canada, so like guaranteed there's a $1.5 million grants that she could get and apply for.
Right. And Line of MGTOW says, tell lazy ass to learn a trade. Yeah, I highly suggest that she learns a trade.
Yeah, no, like, it's just bold of you to assume that I will get any say in that.
Yeah, I know.
It's more so like I know that at least one of my relatives is going to give her the money to get started. It's like, well, ain't shit I can do about that. So, the family wants to blow more money on create another horror. Like, that's their issue.
Yeah, and Herschel says, how many carpenters we got here? I am not a carpenter, but I do know how to build a few things. You know, I can't build an entire house. Fuck that. Like, I gotta go to school to learn how to even build the foundation and everything. So, but I can build like some simple, like if I have to build like drawers or the bed, or if I have to fix a cabinet, or if I have to change the tire of the car, or figure out what's going on within the engines. Yeah, I can do stuff like that. But the entire house, no, that's a great skill to learn, and I don't have it.
Well, and that's the thing, is like what qualifies as a house? Because are we talking like let's be honest, to build a house, you don't need electrical, you don't need plumbing. Like you could just make a foundation, 4 walls and a roof, and then technically you have a house.
Agreed. And here's the biggest thing that made me laugh. When she said that, oh, you want me to cook, but can you buy a house? I would love to tell her, like, okay, which one do you think is more important? Cooking food or having roof over your head to protect yourself from the elements and wildlife and intruders and etc. Which one do you think is more important? Because I can easily go out and get my own food. If I have to hunt, I'll hunt. If I have to, like, I'm telling you, like, I don't need you to do it.
It's not even get the food. It's just cook the food. I'd be like, hey, how about we each start with a budget of $50? I have to find someone to cook for me. You have to find someone to build a house for you.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
I can supplement you for way cheaper than you can supplement me if you think that we're equal.
You better find some 5 very high level simps, and you may have to give up the cheeks on multiple occasions.
Oh, to get a house
built?
And
yeah, I'm saying that's the closest that she'll get, and even then, that's not guaranteed. Because once again, you already know men accept payment in other ways.
Yeah, like
if you're a simp.
Even so, she's still not going to get a very good house out of it.
I agree, unless she, I don't know, signs a very long fucking contract. Like, but anyway, gentlemen, see, here's I'm gonna go to the next video, and here's what I mean that they don't really have anything else to offer, yet they expect us to hand the universe to them. Let me play this other video. I'm sure you guys remember this video, but this is what married men or men in general have to deal with on a daily basis with Western women when it comes to their incompetence and laziness. But they're quick to call out your shit if there's a tiniest little thing that she doesn't like, even though you're the one that's taking care of everything. So let me play this video.
I really hate it when men are like, if I'm paying all the bills, then you should at least be cooking and cleaning the house. I should come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills.
No shit. Well, your point? Like, what's your point? If I wasn't here, who's going to pay for your bills?
Okay, in that case, let me put the counter offer. It's like, all right, well, if you ain't gonna cook, if you ain't gonna provide any value, then here's the bill for the rent.
Yep.
Like, here's the thing. Anytime, like, this would be the counter. Anytime a woman wants to be paid and like, oh, I want like my unpaid labor. I want the opportunity cost because I couldn't go out and start a career. Be like, all right, here's all the rent you owe me.
Literally, that's what I'll do immediately.
Like, if you're going to demand the pay, fine. Fine. Well, I'll pay you the fair wage for it. But here's what you owe me in rent, in food, plus utilities for the past decade.
Shit, you know she ain't going to pay shit. You know how these model women go.
then she going to shut the fuck up about me owing her a damn thing. It's like, no. You want to know what you were paid? All right, you want to get paid? Here's your bill. Let's see who owes who, after we're done totaling some stuff up here.
Shit. Let's I put the video back in the beginning so we can get the entire idea. Let's go ahead and play this again.
I really hate it when men are like, if I'm paying all the bills, then you should at least be cooking and cleaning the house. I should come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be doing if you were single. Okay? When you get benefits from your job, I don't really get those benefits.
Yes, you fucking do. Yes, you 100% do. It's called literally everything that he buys for you. Because if
The
you ain't
entitlement.
working, that's the thing. Like, you ain't entitled to food. You ain't entitled to a night out. You ain't entitled to shoes. You ain't entitled to clothes. You ain't entitled to shit.
The entire, and she's so proud of what she's saying. She's so proud. She's so proud. Let's see what else she has to say. That might be over it a bit. Let me see.
I don't really get those benefits. You do. Your check don't come to me. So therefore, I don't give a damn about how much you work.
Chat, if you ever had to deal with this type of woman, or if you were married to this type of woman, my fucking condolences. Because holy shit. Holy shit. Let me rewind it one more time before we go on our little rant. I'm just like around here. Let's see here.
Home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be doing if you were single. Okay? When you get benefits from your job, I don't really get those benefits. You do. Your check don't come to me. So therefore, I don't give a damn about how much you work.
What? Hey, let me rewind it one time. Let me show you. Hey, chat, everybody else. Look at what she does when she says our marriage.
To come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be.
You saw that?
Quotes.
You saw that? Quotation marks on our marriage. That's all you need to fucking know. That's all you need to know. That's the model woman for you. That's the model woman for you. So entitled. So fucking, I don't even know how to, so snarky, so narcissistic. Imagine coming home to that one day, her not doing shit. She doesn't even want to cook. I guarantee you she doesn't clean either. I guarantee you the husband comes home after working all day and has to do everything that she's supposed to do. Because he's probably in fear of losing all of his shit in divorce. Right? Happy wife, happy life. It's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah, no, like I've known multiple guys who they get their paycheck that they earn with their labor and they hand it over to their wife, and the wife gives the man an allowance.
Man, like I said before, ain't no fucking woman will ever do that shit to me. Like I don't know what kind of emotional abuse that your friends went through in their marriage that got to that point. Like I really don't know, but it must have been pretty bad.
Yeah, no, like they fuck up, and then a woman fucking accepts them afterwards, and they're like, "Oh, she's just she accepts me. I'm nothing without her." Like the self-esteem of these men is the pits, the absolute pits. It's sad.
And the insane part, like you said, not that long ago, the audacity of this bitch saying, "Oh, the benefits you don't get from your job, it don't come to me. The paychecks, the money that you get, it doesn't come to me. So I don't give a damn how much you work. And then people want to act stupid. Society wants to act dumb. Or why men choosing to go overseas or choose to not fuck with women in the West anymore. This is one of many evidences that you see on social media that we know of.
This is just the shit that they're dumb enough to like say.
And like we said before, go check the countless channels like me, Hammerhand, Underchronic, hell, Grey Ghost. Check our channels, check the videos, check the live streams. And society till this day in 2023 want to act stupid or why men are saying fuck this shit. It's crazy, bro. It is beyond insane. I think there's one more. Let me see. I'm not good with like multiple tabs. Okay. Should we go through this video right quick? Yeah, we'll go through this video right quick. It's just a compilation video. We'll click ahead as well, so we're not watching the entire fucking thing. All right, y'all. Last shield today. If you want to support your boy Sirius, link on top of the chat. Cash App /Sirius. Any donation is appreciated if you feel that my content is worthy of your investment. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and go through this. We're just going to skim through it and see if they have anything important to say.
Men, you listen, men are supposed to wait. Listen. Men are supposed to, traditionally, you lot are supposed to worship the ground we walk on.
Okay, wait, hold on.
This society, can I finish?
Should it be traditional? Should it be traditional then? You might drop the traditional, please.
This is the problem with society. This is the problem with society.
Is she really in the position to say that this is what's wrong with society? Look at her chat. She says what's traditional, right? Which she's still wrong, is men has to worship the ground that women walk upon.
They've never
And then when men are like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, this is what's wrong with society. While her entire fucking cleavage, like her fucking titties about to pop out. And on top of her fake ass hair. Let's put that in there as well. Very masculine behavior, very combative. It's all over the fucking place, chat. All over the place. Remember, men don't ask for much. She can't even get that shit right. But in turn, she wants to be worshipped like Queen Cleopatra. What do you have to say about that, Gray?
Cleopatra put in effort.
Yeah,
like,
at least she put in effort.
Like, hey, here's the thing. Like, Cleopatra organized a parade, a literal parade of boats on the River Nile. Massive production costs, all for the purposes of seducing one dude. When the fuck has a modern day woman ever put on a literal parade to get the attention of one man?
Oh yeah, I remember that story. And Julius Caesar is the one that went on to her royal boat, and she was already in bed, ready to go. I'm like, damn. She was ready,
I'm sorry, you ain't gonna get to be Cleopatra unless you've because here's the thing. Here was her first meeting with Caesar. So she arranged for there to be a delivery, a gift to Caesar of carpets, big carpets.
Right.
And so what happened was her servant brought the carpet in, unrolled it in front of Caesar, and she was rolled up in the carpet naked. And that was her introduction to Caesar.
Yeah, if I was Caesar, I'd be like, whoa, damn.
I think these women ain't ever done that. None of these women have ever even considered doing something that outrageous for the sake of getting one man's attention.
I agree. I completely agree. I forgot. I honestly did forget how much effort Queen Cleopatra put on for Julius Caesar. I forgot about that.
Nowadays, like they think that, oh hey, all I got to do is like flash my titties a little bit, maybe put on some sexy lingerie, and like glance at a dude, and he should be thankful for the attention.
Yeah, it's man. When you put it in that perspective, it's kind of fucking crazy. It is crazy. Let's go ahead and finish this nonsense clip.
Traditionally, you are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? We're meant to be here.
What, bitch? You saw that? Hold up.
You are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? Women.
Get down now. I don't even let a grown-ass man talk to me that way. Why would I let a 110-pound female talk to me like I'm
110 pounds? Her? I think
Okay,
you need to add like at least 50 pounds onto that.
I'm talking to the one back there. I don't know how big she is. She's the one that was saying get down. Her? Yeah, she's 180, 170. But that chick back there talking about get down now. I don't even let a whole dude talk to me like that. I'm not gonna let no little ass girl talk to me in that manner. I don't even let my parents talk to me in that manner. The people that took care of me and gave me life. You delusional bitches are fucking hilarious. Let's continue.
You're meant to be here, you're meant to be there. That's why it's different. That's why it's different. If God has blessed you with your queen, you better just grab her.
Guys, I mean,
oh hell no. What is this? Oh. Okay. She's Simps, I blame you. I blame you, Simps. I blame you for this bullshit. I blame you 1,000,000%. No wonder her ego is out of fucking control. Because I guarantee you, those desperate fucks inflated her fucking ego so goddamn big. Why is she wearing a goddamn crown? And why is her hoop so fucking huge? And how does he wipe her ass with those long ass fingernails?
You don't.
Oh lordy. Oh man. Let's continue.
I mean, look at this magnificence. Perfection. I'm a queen, darling. Do you understand? I'm a woman. Superior gender. Do you understand?
Okay, hey, this is one of the rare occurrences where women are actually funny. Oh shit!
But here's the thing: is like you are the court jester pretending to be a queen, like, for the amusement of the royals to try and keep them humble.
Oh shit! Bro. I'm sorry. Like, I've never seen that level of delusion before since the Steve Harvey video we watched not that long ago.
It's like I'm just thinking like, so like I'm just trying to think like what are all the things that you could use a queen for? Because like what land does she own? None. I guarantee you that she doesn't own an acre.
No land, no husband, no gestures, unless she's talking about those weak ass, frail, desperate simps online. Then sure.
like a dude. Okay, let me say. Like there's this one. It's like a charity sort of deal where you can buy like 1 acre of Scottish land, and then technically you are a lord. I forget exactly what it's called. It's something that YouTubers get sponsored by every now and again.
Are you talking about the scam?
I don't know if it's a scam or not, but like,
It's been confirmed a scam.
well, that's the
It's
thing.
the one that you buy 1 square inch, not square inch, 1 square foot of land, and then you'll get a certificate stating that you are a lord of that 1 square foot of land.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like technically, if you own land in Scotland or whatever, you're a lord. Like scam or not, if you legally own even 1 square foot of land, you can call yourself royalty with more authority than that woman can call herself a queen. Established titles, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a scam. It is a scam.
That's the thing, but like technically you are more royalty because you own land. Like if you own your own property, then you are closer to a king than that female is a queen.
all all I gotta say is, chat, you already know how it is. If you play chess, you know that you can always get a new queen when you play chess.
That is true.
But if
Very
if the king is taken out, it's game over. So I don't know why she thinks she's that high of importance. Like I don't get it.
I think because she's not using logic. She just thinks, oh, queen. Queens are worshipped. Queens are valued. Everyone wants a queen. It's like, no.
I can always get another queen. Always.
Always.
Where's the he says you can't be a king without an army. Queens are under the mercy of the king. Agreed.
I mean, the only there's been very few exceptions where the queen has actually held power.
And when she did, 9 times out of 10, she was a warmonger.
Yeah, or like Victoria or Elizabeth.
Let me do a little bit of research, and I could bring out countless people in power, mainly monarchs, queens. They're not peaceful people. When you hear that bullshit, oh well, if all women were leaders in the world, there will be no wars. Shut the. That red button will be pushed so quick, and nukes will be flying all over the place, just because somebody made a passive aggressive comment. Stop it. Hell no. Anytime a woman got that position of absolute power, she abused the fuck out of it. Only, I think, one or two queens that were actually pretty decent. I know one of the queens were in Russia. Damn, what's her name? Catherine the Great? I think that was her name, Catherine the Great. But majority of them, oh no, they were Jesus. Yeah, August Lion, constant wars. Most of the time when the women became the position of power, war upon war upon war upon war. Because guess what? Unfortunately, once again, men and women, they see the world differently. They really do see men as expendable. That's why there were constant wars. They don't give a fuck about us. When it comes to men, we at least try to negotiate some type of peace when there's kings. Some type of agreement politically. So there will be no needless deaths. War is usually a last resort. Got anything to say about that, Gray?
No, it's very, very few exceptions, you're accurate. Like, and large, like that's the, and it's not even just like when they hold the absolute authority, but matriarchal societies also constant wars over feelings.
Agreed.
Like, it was actually funny. I heard recently some guys trying to say like, oh, you know, the Native Americans were peaceful and shit. It's like, go guys, look up the Morning Wars. MOURNing Wars. It's like, and no, that wasn't a period of warfare. No, that was a genre of warfare, a sub-cause. Because, like, straight up, like, this is historical fact. So Native American tribes would go to war to kidnap and enslave men because their women were sad.
I did not know. What the fuck? I did not know that.
Like, if like some men die in some sort of tragedy, like whatever, like the women get sad and they want more men around. Yeah, they would literally go and invade another tribe to kidnap men as slaves for their women to make them happy.
Do you think that would be a repeat in the West?
Given that the scale of warfare is a little bit different, well,
how about legally? How about that through legal means?
Law
enforcement, like pretty much, hey, if you don't get married, you'll get severe punishments or some type of shit.
Let me put it this way: the thing is, slavery is outlawed, so that doesn't quite work. But if you look at the more recent wars and the displacement of the locals as refugees, like, would we have as much Middle Eastern immigration if the West was not propping up wars in the Middle East?
Okay. I'm just saying that even though slavery is quote unquote illegal in the West, they'll find other means per se to push single men to, like, it'll be highly incentivized for you to find a woman type situation.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Like, the thing is, with the equivalent of the Morning Wars in the West would be Western women can't get married, so they send the men of the West to war in order to get men from other countries to come marry them.
Pretty much. Mochi Alex says it's called taxes. I'm saying something farther than just taxes.
Like, forcibly increasing the male population due to conflict. It's a bit harder now because you can't take people as trophies.
That is true.
But I guarantee you, if you could somehow legalize slavery through warfare, it would absolutely be happening in the West.
Man, see, there are already various countries begging men to make babies because declining birth rate is in various parts around mainly the Western world. They're like, please, we'll give you money, we'll give you free baby stuff, we'll give you like this and that. Just please get married and have babies. Our population is dwindling.
It's like, there's nothing that you can give me that you will not take away shortly afterwards.
Yep. It's like making a deal with the devil. There's always some type of, how you say, read the fine print situation.
Like, straight up, guys, if you want an increased population, which I don't think you do, like, you're begging for it, but I genuinely don't think you want it, because what you would need to do is destroy the family court and all divorce laws. If you make all those laws favorable to men, and then add some clause in there that it cannot be altered for a century, and you'll get men having kids again. But you're not going to do that, so it's not going to happen.
Pretty much. Let's go ahead and watch this last clip, and we'll see what they have to say.
Understand, a woman bring life. Y'all don't.
How do you get that life?
Go in the hospital and get a sperm donor. You don't need a man.
You still need a man.
You need a physical.
Did she just say that she doesn't need a man?
Yeah, because she could just go get a sperm donor.
You still
exactly.
Come on, bro. Okay, let's continue.
Understand, a woman bring life. Y'all don't.
How do you get that life?
Go in the hospital and get a sperm donor. You don't need a man.
You still need a man.
You need a physical woman to bear a child for you.
And y'all need a physical
We need
sperm.
sperm.
Where does it come from? From a man.
God, she sounds fucking stupid.
She's probably the one that believes that meat comes from the grocery store.
Literally, like, I guess she didn't pay attention to 7th grade biology class.
You can just go to the hospital and get sperm. Like, yeah, okay, you know what? Artificial womb is coming, lady. I'll keep this in mind.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep this in mind. Let's go ahead and continue.
If a physical man didn't go to that hospital, it would not be there.
You guys don't carry kids for 9 months. We do.
I carried them my whole life. What the hell? Kids is here the whole life.
Y'all can't have a baby without sperm.
Women like you always try to eliminate men, and that's where the issue is. You just said you don't need a man.
You don't. We want you. There's a difference. Need and want is a different thing. I don't need a man.
You don't want him.
You want the potion.
that lives inside of his
That's it.
Do you see what the black community has to deal with all the time, chat? Like, people think they're bullshitting, but we literally have to deal with the most masculine and combative form of women in the West.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can call them masculine, because I would associate masculinity with more intelligence.
I don't know what to call them then. I know all races deal with it, but I'm telling you right now, the black community has to deal with way more combative masculine bullshit among black women.
That's like, I'd call it childish, because, like, I'll be honest, when I see that, I'm reminded of old skits from like childhood shows where like the kids are like where the kids and the adults swap bodies, and so you have a child trying to act like an adult.
Oh god.
That's what it reminds me of. It's like they don't know how to act like adults because they're not adults. So they're like given lines and they're trying to act all proper and authoritative. It's like, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, and they have no idea what they're talking about. Like that woman in the photo, she was so sure of herself about what she was saying, even though in the end she looked completely stupid. You know, it's like somebody argue with you. Africa is a country, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You dumb.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda exists. You just don't know about it. I saw it on Black Panther.
Yeah, I think. Oh god, I remember the funniest argument I ever had was that they'd found the burial place of Jesus, like the actual site, and the reason it hadn't been turned into a tourist trap was because it was so sacred and holy, and everyone respected it.
Right.
Like I straight up laughed out loud at that.
It's just that, man, I could make a part 2 out of this stream, not gonna lie, because there's so much shit that we can talk about when it comes to this. But I think we gotta.
You could make this a weekly thing.
You know what? That is a phenomenal idea, chat. Do you want me to make this particular topic a weekly thing? Because there is so much content when it comes to this.
I think,
So
like,
much
you,
content.
you could really just have it be like why men are walking away and just make it a weekly podcast stream. You probably pull in views too. That particular combination of words does tend to go pretty high.
All right, I think I could do that. I do streams like pretty much almost every day, so it's no bigger to me.
Yeah, well, probably
That's a great idea.
Yeah, well, if you want me on though, I got to kind of schedule because I've got a fairly tight schedule these days, unfortunately.
Nah, it's all good. You know, during the weekday, I usually do the streams at around my lunch break because I usually take an hour and a half, 2 hour break.
Oh hell yeah!
I just eat while I do the stream. So yeah, I'm definitely down to do it, man. Actually, you know what? Nah. I think it's better if you're part of the series. So if you're not able to do it that particular day, I'll just postpone it.
That's the thing. Like I try to keep my stuff fairly consistent. So like Tuesdays I do my tech talk, Thursdays I do Conan, Sundays I do Elden Ring. So like if you scheduled it like Mondays or Wednesdays, then yeah, guaranteed.
All right, too easy. I'm good. I'm good in the neighborhood, man. Coltimus Maximus. I'm tired of talking about retarded women. That's just me. See, that's the good part. That's a great part. I just don't talk about women. I talk about various things that revolves around male issues besides women. So if I just do this once a week, I don't think it would do any harm.
That's the thing. Like you gotta have like your money maker, high audience, like outreach one. Yes. Like for me, like I don't expect big audiences for my tech talks or for my gaming streams. But when I do a Red Pill Cult meeting roasting Think Before You Sleep, I get big numbers. So I try to have at least one, if not two, of those a week.
Yeah, I could definitely do that, man. How you say? Do you have any final words about this topic, or are you good to go?
Yeah, I guess my final summary is going to be that I really think that women, they have just terrible self-esteem. They know that they're not worth shit. And so a man showing interest in them is automatically placed lower than they are. And that would be my advice to your friend is like, dude, the problem is you show interest in a long-term relationship. And that immediately disqualifies you for a long-term relationship.
So they shouldn't be upset that men are looking elsewhere, right?
Well, they're upset, yes. Because like that's the thing. Should they be? Well, they're going to be. Because they're losing out on all the resources that they need. They're losing out on all that manpower and simp blood. But what they shouldn't be upset about is when men no longer try to have long-term relationships with them.
I completely agree. Let me see. Moon, a podcast could work. I guess scheduling for you two is the deal breaker. So what do you mean by podcasts? Are you talking about weekly shows on my channel, or are you talking about a joint channel?
I don't know. Like this is basically a podcast as far as I know.
Yeah, this is pretty much a podcast in itself. I just want to know what you meant by that, Moon. But
no, it's more so that like scheduling is our primary conflict. But so long as we just like if you say dedicated Monday or Wednesdays, then yeah, I will absolutely schedule Mondays or Wednesdays.
Oh, I'm down to do that. Like if you're actually gonna put like some like good ass effort, then yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays would be good. Like the high end streams, not me just get it on here and fucking around, but the actual.
it has to be one or the other, because the other day would be when I'd hold a Red Pill cult meeting.
Oh, so I'll say Wednesday, because I don't think not too many things are happening on Wednesdays.
All right, sounds good. And then I'll do cult meetings on Mondays.
Yes. So when we have that one particular stream, we'll be in a talks chat, but we'll see if we can elevate the production.
Oh, yeah, we can. Like, even broadcasting through like Streamlabs, if you like, not OBS, like get Streamlabs, get
Right.
that set up, and then I'll walk you through that.
Okay, like, I'm pretty much almost done with StreamYard anyway, so I'm down to do it. But guys, you guys already know my stance on this topic. Western women are fucking voted themselves out of the dating pool, and at the same time, they're pissed off for some reason that men are just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. This is an impossible task, because men, we work on probability, not possibility. And the probability of finding a woman of value is beyond slim in the West in 2023. So how are you going to vote yourself out of the dating pool and act shocked that men are going elsewhere for other women? Female logic, I guess. I don't know. But you good to go, Gray?
I'm good.
All right, it is your boy Sirius and the Gray Ghost. This was a phenomenal stream. It's been forever since I broke over 100 views, so I'm glad all you guys came and made the chat very active. And on top of that, I am extremely grateful for the people that donated during the stream as well. I greatly appreciate it. Best believe is going towards the Streamlabs as well. Okay, so we are pretty much out. Hopefully you enjoy the gems that we dropped on you as well. Peace.
Peace out.